there's one thing I can say about Disney Deluxe Gift Sets, it's that they love reusing past accessories from playsets and randomly adding a character or two into the set that makes you really consider getting it even if you have the rest of the pieces. Which is what happened to me. I do have this vanity and the chair that it comes with, and I do have Ariel with that same tail from a previous playset, but I had to get it because Ursula is finally included and you get King Triton. The previous Little Mermaid set that I had actually featured Ursula as Vanessa, but instead of King Triton, the set had Eric, Max, and an Ursula doll, so it featured both Ursula and Ursula as Vanessa. Interestingly, Scuttle was also included in that set, but this time around, I think since Flotsam and Jetsam are included, they decided not to have Scuttle. That set did also feature the same glittery dress and the pink dress, but the pink dress has been replaced by the vanity. And the vanity is actually really beautiful. I love its entire design. It does have a wobbly leg. My previous one did not, but the leg part is like a little twisty, so I feel like this could just be a manufacturing thing. I think the details on it are really beautiful. It's got so many painted on pieces. I think it looks perfect for Ariel. They did great with the theming. And I do actually have my other one on display up there. It's right behind the blonde I Love You doll. The mirror is a reflective sticker, and unfortunately when you put a doll up to it, it does look super blurry. The drawer does open and can fit some hair pieces inside, and there are some 3D molded on shells around the mirror. This is what the back looks like. And then it has the cutest matching chair. It looks perfect for Ariel and she can actually sit on it. Since these dolls do have snap and bend knees, she's just going to be sitting on the chair with her tail straight out. She can't actually bend it. And then this is her glittery dress. It looks super cute. I do wish the fabric was better and that it was a nicer cut because it does look kind of crudely cut off. I love this dress. I wish we got more merch of it. And then this treasure chest did previously come with the other Ariel vanity playset. There is a little shell molding on the back. Doesn't really do anything from what I can tell, but it does open up and on the inside you do see some coins and necklaces. Then there are these two hair extensions. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Disney Store including these, but at least the clips are cute. There is this seaweed hair clip with a star. And then there are these underwater flower hair clips in different colors. And of course we have her hairbrush, and it's actually a fork from the back. We have Flounder. He doesn't have the best paint job, but I do feel like his face looks okay and not as creepy as some previous Flounders I've had. Then we do have Sebastian, and he looks pretty happy. I love his pose. It's so expressive, and he does stand on his own. And now it's time to talk about Ariel. I'm not sure if you can tell, but she actually has wider arms, so she is the story doll with the updated body type. She doesn't have pierced ears or anything, but the doll is made to be a little bit shorter and the waist is a little bit wider with the story dolls. She's got her iconic vibrant red hair. It looks beautiful. It's so soft. Ariel is the only Disney Store doll that actually gets nylon. And from the back, it looks so beautiful if you ignore the tiny bald spot. This Ariel is also wearing a pink plastic crown. Now, it's not my favorite because it looks so cheap due to it just being one solid color. And I feel like choosing pink of all colors kind of washes out with the rest of her hair. Her top is pretty plain. It does have clear straps. This tail is one of my favorites just because I think the color is pretty accurate and the metallic shine it has to it is beautiful. And it does have a nice ruffle trim at the waist. Unfortunately, the fins are so sad. They should always make those layered with multiple fabrics. Anyways, next we have Ursula, and she does have a plastic upper body, but the rest of her is squishy. And her face is a bit squishy. I think that they did wonderful with capturing her facial expression, her makeup. She does have articulation at the shoulders, unfortunately not at the wrist or the elbows. But interestingly, she's got painted red nails. Her tentacles are so soft and they can be moved up and down, but they have no wiring, so you can't actually pose them or anything. And I am wondering how I'm going to display her because she won't fit my doll stands because they all have itty bitty waists. But I can't just leave her laying around because this is what she looks like without anything holding her up. Let's take a second to appreciate that face though. Next we do have this piece, and the Disney site describes it as Ursula's reflecting pool, but I personally think it's just Ursula's cauldron. I do think the color on it is beautiful, the carved out details are really nice, and there is a little water design printed into it. It looks pretty good, and I love that it has some depth to it so that you can actually put something in there if you wanted to. Then there is a solid colored candelabra, and you do see a spoon and a knife featured, and the middle part is empty. It looks pretty nice, and I do think it's an interesting addition to this set. Next we do have Flotsam and Jetsam. They are fully plastic and not articulated, but at least their paint job is nice. These are the two bottled souls. The designs are just printed onto the front of the plastic, so there's nothing inside, and they do not open. And then we have King Triton, and just like with Ursula, his upper body is plastic, but his tail is actually plush. And it does look a bit funny because he's just so huge, and having a floppy tail does not feel fitting. His fins are very lackluster, just like Ariel's. But he does have a nice trim at his waist. He does have his iconic wrist cuffs, and of course the trident. It is very nicely detailed, and I feel like the color is perfect. I think it's a really fun piece to include in this set because it allows for so many new photo ops and of course playability for kids. And I am shocked that his face actually looks this good. Now his beard is plastic and it looks like it's waving off to one side, which doesn't look great, but I guess I'll just pretend he's perpetually in motion. At least he does have his crown. It is not removable, but his face mold is so accurate that I'm willing to forgive anything because this is actually my first and currently only King Triton doll.